Imagine standing before the towering walls of an ancient Egyptian temple. Carved into the stone are symbols so intricate, so artistic, they seem to breathe with life. Majestic birds, prowling lions, coiled serpents, and countless other signs, all arranged in precise, deliberate sequences. For centuries, these hieroglyphs were a mystery, their meaning lost to time after the last pharaohs faded into history. But today, we can read them. We can understand the prayers, decrees, and poetic odes of a civilization that thrived thousands of years ago. The story of how modern scholars unraveled the enigma of hieroglyphs is one of patience, genius, and an unyielding drive to connect with the past. It's a tale that begins with a stone, an artifact that held the key to unlocking one of humanity's oldest languages. The silence of a lost language. When the Roman Empire swept into Egypt in the 1st century BCE, they encountered a culture steeped in tradition, with a written language that had flourished for millennia. Hieroglyphs adorned temples, tombs, and monuments, recording everything from the exploits of pharaohs to the hymns sung to the gods. But as centuries passed, hieroglyphs began to disappear. By the 4th century CE, Egypt's traditional religion had been largely replaced by Christianity, and the temples where priests once inscribed sacred texts fell silent. Over time, the knowledge of how to read hieroglyphs vanished. The symbols became mysterious relics, misunderstood and subject to fanciful speculation. Medieval scholars, seeing the intricate beauty of hieroglyphs, believed they were purely symbolic, a mystical script designed to express abstract ideas. The truth, as we now know, was far more complex and fascinating. The Rosetta Stone, a key to the past. Fast forward to 1799. Napoleon Bonaparte's army was campaigning in Egypt when a group of French soldiers uncovered an unusual slab of stone near the town of Rosetta, modern-day Rashid. The stone was inscribed with 3 scripts: Greek, Demotic, a more cursive Egyptian script, and hieroglyphs. This artifact, known today as the Rosetta Stone, would become the key to deciphering the long-lost language. The Greek text provided a crucial starting point. Since scholars already understood ancient Greek, they could use it to decipher the other 2 scripts. The discovery ignited a race among linguists across Europe to unlock the secrets of hieroglyphs. For decades, progress was slow. Many believed hieroglyphs were purely symbolic, each symbol representing a single idea or concept. It wasn't until one man, armed with genius and determination, stepped forward that the puzzle began to take shape. Jean-François Champollion and the breakthrough. Enter Jean-François Champollion, a French scholar with a passion for ancient languages. From a young age, Champollion was captivated by the mysteries of Egypt. He taught himself multiple ancient languages, including Coptic, a descendant of the Egyptian language that provided vital clues to understanding its earlier forms. In 1822, Champollion made a groundbreaking discovery. He realized that hieroglyphs weren't just symbolic, they were also phonetic. Some symbols represented sounds, much like the letters of an alphabet, while others conveyed whole words or ideas. By comparing the Greek text on the Rosetta Stone to its hieroglyphic counterpart, Champollion identified the phonetic values of certain symbols. One of his key breakthroughs came from examining the names of rulers. He recognized that cartouches, oval shapes enclosing hieroglyphs, often contained royal names. By matching the cartouches to known Greek names like Ptolemy and Cleopatra, Champollion was able to confirm his theory. When he finally presented his findings, he famously exclaimed, "Je tiens l'affaire! I've got it!" Understanding hieroglyphs. With Champollion's work as a foundation, scholars began to piece together the ancient Egyptian language. Over time, they uncovered its structure and usage. Hieroglyphs, it turned out, were a mix of logograms, symbols representing words, phonograms, symbols representing sounds, and determinatives, symbols that clarified meaning. For example, the image of a seated man could mean man, or could serve as a determinative to indicate that a preceding word referred to a person. The script was incredibly versatile, used for everything from monumental inscriptions on temples to intimate letters and religious texts. Other forms of Egyptian writing, like the cursive hieratic and the more streamlined demotic, were used for everyday purposes, while hieroglyphs remained the domain of formal and sacred communication. Challenges and mysteries. Despite the significant progress, not every question about hieroglyphs has been answered. Some inscriptions contain rare words or phrases that still baffle linguists. Religious and esoteric texts steeped in symbolism often require careful interpretation. Damage to ancient artifacts can leave gaps in the narrative, adding another layer of complexity. Yet, these challenges only deepen our appreciation for the richness of the language. Every discovery, no matter how small, brings us closer to understanding the world of the ancient Egyptians. What hieroglyphs reveal? The ability to read hieroglyphs has opened a window into ancient Egyptian life. We now know how they prayed, how they governed, and how they saw the universe. Hieroglyphs tell us of their achievements, their fears, and their hopes for eternity. Through inscriptions, we've learned about their sophisticated irrigation systems, their medical practices, and their deep reverence for the afterlife. Hieroglyphs have even provided insight into the personal lives of Egyptians, letters, jokes, and everyday concerns that make these ancient people feel astonishingly familiar. Conclusion. The decipherment of hieroglyphs was one of humanity's greatest intellectual achievements, bridging the gap between the ancient and modern worlds. What was once an impenetrable mystery is now a language we can read, bringing the voices of the pharaohs and their people back to life. And yet the journey is far from over. New discoveries continue to refine our understanding of this extraordinary script, ensuring that the story of hieroglyphs remains as dynamic as the civilization that created them. So the next time you see those intricate symbols carved into stone, remember, they are not just decorations. They are messages from a time long past, messages that we, at last, can hear. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing facts.